Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited. We got Jordan Pendleton here. She's a money and mindset coach. Selfishly, Jordan, I am excited about this because I was telling you before, my wife and I's number one issue is money. You know,
Mm,
couples researcher John Gottman says that couples will have the same fight as long as they're together, and ours happens to be money. So maybe you can help us out,
yeah.
and maybe you can say how I'm right and she's wrong. Is that
Oh
cool?
yeah, I'll definitely give you some serious validation in this today, Jason. Nah.
Okay, thanks. No, I need it. My fragile male ego,
Yeah.
it needs it, right? So anyway, but how about Jordan, if you can tell us about what you do?
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you first and foremost, you are absolutely not alone. That is one of the top things. And the second thing that, or the second most common reason why people get divorced is this conversation around money, infidelity, and, other issues being the first. But a lot of times it's because of this root around money that can create a lot of separation. And so that where a lot of people are was with this conversation. That's where I was a couple of years ago. I started out as a financial advisor. I, grew a very successful business very quickly in my early 20s and started to see I had really never had money or interacted with a ton of money previous to that, but started to see some serious patterns. And things happening. And I was, spending all my money, going into debt. And I was a financial advisor. So it felt a little bit like counter counterintuitive, but it really started my journey into, okay, there's something else going on here because it's not clearly, I've done all the courses. I know how to lead other people in the tactics and the strategy with their money, but what am I missing? Because I keep playing out these same cycles. And then I was also in a relationship with my now husband, and things were starting to come up around that. So it really started my journey on asking different questions and wanting to get to the root of like what's actually going on. Cause I can't stick to a budget. I can't, like, all these tactical things don't work. So that's what created this now and this money and mindset coaching that I do, because for most people, we're playing out these patterns that we saw growing up. Culturally, there's a lot of impacts, and so much 95% of what we do is subconsciously driven.
Hmm.
So we're just playing out these patterns, these loops, and never actually gaining any traction or getting any meaningful momentum, usually because we are so focused on what we think is going to give us the results of, you know, reaching for a tactical tool or strategy, which, don't get me wrong, is very helpful. But if your subconscious is misaligned with that tool, it's not going to stick.
Um,
So
yeah.
that that's really my own pain and frustrations, and a lot of just like bad stories internally around money. And I love this conversation too of like how that impacts our relationships, because you can't keep them separate, especially if you're married, or in an intimate relationship. Like, it's gonna come in, and it is the, best. If you look at it through this lens, it is the best kind of modality to work out our money stuff as well. Like, in these partnerships together, it can be like this great space, if we allow it to, and don't let the fights get the best of us, because that's just the play out of the pattern happening again.